Hubbard is the one down on the field, making the catch, and that collision with Ryan Thomas. Injury timeout.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop, you're finished.
Hey, first down. This is a weird kid. Worse than that side.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It is 10:32 on the year 2022. This is GreenBean. Welcome to the After Hours Jets Fest. We just finished up our weekly Talking Jets panel over on Jets Talk 24/7. And I always like when you guys kind of hop over. It's like we let our hair down a little bit. That feels like the official. It's like official. I'm almost like suit and tie. Not really, but you know what I mean? Suit and tie, it's official, it's well run, all the stuff we do. And we come over here and it's like we're on our couch. You know what I mean? Let's just go hang out on our couch, smoke some cigarettes. That's what it feels like. And I'm glad that you guys pop over, man. It's a fun time. And I'm glad to be doing this with you guys. I see Amarella's here. Mikey Miles is here. Braden's back from New Zealand. Nick Rousseau, Iowa's back. Yeah, man, you guys are great. Alex Cotter, Jeffrey R., the most winningless t-shirt contest guy we know. That's him. And Dwayne Wise is here. Right on. Eminon's back. Nathan Colgrove. Oh, it's so good to see you, Nathan. I'm really sorry about what I did last year. I ended up kicking Nathan out by mistake. I was trying to ban the sex spam, and it just moved real quick, and I banned Nathan, and then I tried to get you back, and I didn't see you, and I went through the whole thing later to make sure you weren't banned, and I'm just glad to see you, my friend. This is good. B2B is here. Right on. Mark Riz. Yeah, man. Salty Nuts. Look at him. The After Hours Talk House. Right on. Mitt Flair, Captain K Techno over there in Ireland. Right on, man. We're from all over the place. Bradigan's here. That's right. James Blyther. LFG, baby. That's what it is. No, I didn't cut the accordion. I cue the accordion guy. Yeah, that's Thursday night talk, Salty Nuts. That's Thursday talk, the accordion. Accordions are for Thursdays. Everybody knows this. This is for Big Brian Thomas hits. You guys remember that hit? See that video? I just cut that up a little bit. I was really looking for that hit for a very long time. Now, admittedly, I stopped looking for it, but there was a time nobody had that hit isolated. And then I got the game and I couldn't find it. I didn't remember where in the game it was. And we ended up, the Beanbaggers and myself, we were watching our monthly classic game rewatch party. This past week, we were watching the 2009 playoff victory against the Chargers. And that's where that hit was. And a funny thing happened. I told them, I'm waiting to see this hit so I can isolate it and cut it and make a clip and everything. And the one time I left to go use the bathroom during that stream was like, what, 2.5 hours? I left for mere seconds. And that's when the hit took place. If I didn't hear Iowa Jets fans say, I think that's the hit GreenBean was talking about, I would have never even known that it went by. I would have watched the whole game except for that little piece, and I wouldn't have found it again. So thank you, Iowa. And now you guys get the clip. That was one of my favorite hits. I'm planning on making a video with as many of the big hits that I can find. Relatively recent Jets memory. I got to say, man, there's not that many of them anymore. I go back to, the Marvin Jones, Mo Lewis era, and there's a lot more. We were big hitters back then. We were known for it. Obviously, when we had Ronnie Lott, that was another big hitter. But even guys like Lonnie Young, our safety, was a pretty big hitter. obviously Marvin Jones and everybody, but Kyle Clifton was a nice, strong, solid hitter. Dennis Byrd would lay some pops. Marvin Washington was a hitter. Who else? Maybe not so much Bobby Houston. He was a very good linebacker, coverage and stuff. But Bobby Houston's a weird one. When Bill Parcells came over, Bobby Houston played it for 4 years or so. He was on some of the worst Jets teams ever, the 1-15, the 3-13. He was on those teams. Bill Parcells comes over. Everybody's excited. Bobby Houston instantaneously just gets into like a squabble with Bill Parcells, doesn't like him, argumentative, all that sort of stuff. And Bill Parcells cut him. Like, why didn't you just stay? You had a chance for your career to be uplifted. He didn't like it. So poor Bobby Houston. I don't know where he ended up. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. He was a solid linebacker. But point being, we haven't had all that many big hits in recent memory. Right. Jeff Otis Brown is bringing up C.J. Mosley. That was a very good hit. He's had a few, but the one in particular, remember on the goal line, I think it was the Colts. I might be remembering it wrong. I forget who it was. C.J. Mosley just completely met him midair, stopped that dude in his tracks. He was running full speed forward. He stopped on a dime and went backwards. That's a hit. That's the hits I miss. That's what I want to see. Hey, Tin Star, what's up? This is my old buddy from the greenhouse days. You know how me and Matthias Simon, Matt's in here all the time. I'm not sure if he's here, Tin Star, tonight. He usually is. He usually finds his way into pretty much every stream. But it'd be nice. I don't know if you guys have run into each other yet, but yeah, Tin Star. I mean, we're talking shit. When I met Tin Star online, I was working for AT&T. I was in my 20s, bro, when I met Tin Star. That's how long it's been. It's really good to see you, man. Truly. And I like it. I like it. Oh, it was against Denver that hit, Yoshi? Right on. There you go. So that's the thing. So I want to make a video compiling, just like not like so much of a amped up video, but just something positive. I want to put a little bit more positivity out there. I have a Mark Gastineau vid on deck. I'm like probably 80% done with it. And there's a great story. Somebody gave me, an Indiana Jets fan. He gave me a great story of how he became a Jets fan, and it's all out in Indiana, no less. And it's all about Gastineau, and it's a beautiful story, and I got some of his best clips. I'm also doing a Joe Klecko video. This is all for this offseason. I got to get creative, So this offseason is I'm going to do a whole week on the sack exchange, and then I'm obviously talking about trying to do a linebacker, or not even linebacker so much, but big hits. So I want to do that as well. It'll be super cool. Guys, couldn't we use just a touch more positivity? Like I said, people were telling me just today, I was having a conversation. I kind of ended the conversation. As much as I like the person who sent it, I can't believe that we're so geared on the negative. We're so focused on the negative we're talking about Joe Douglas not wanting to give Mekhi Becton his 5th-year option. We haven't even started his 3rd year. Like, why is that where we're focused? Or like Denzel Mims, or trade Bryce Hall, or why are we on that? Like, when are we gonna, as fans, support the idea of helping guys weather the tough year? Let's help them weather it, man. Let's give them support. Let's text them. Let's send messages on their Twitter or Instagram with support, man. Let's tell, hey, dude, we believe in you, man. You're good. You were our 1st-round pick 2 years ago. You looked good. These are just the down times. This too shall pass. We got you. When are we going to realize that having guys on the team for more than a year or two is good? Like, look at the Buffalo Bills. As talented as they are, like specific talent, you know what their real gem is? The real beautiful thing about the Buffalo Bills is that they have in large part been together since 2018, and even started in 2017. They have, by and large, the same guys. They're still all there, man. Now, obviously, every year you draft guys, you lose a guy or two here, but overwhelmingly, they have the core of their team in place for 5-6 years. That's why they are so good. And guess what? The first 2-3 years of that, they weren't that good. They were getting better. They were okay. Josh Allen was a very unpredictable quarterback, clearly had the arm, clearly had the running ability. He made a lot of boneheaded moves. He would hold the ball like a loaf of bread. He was very prone to fumbles and interceptions. But guess what? The Buffalo fans supported him through that. It's funny. People are talking about Zach Wilson having the Josh Allen jump this year. The Josh Allen jump came in year 3, guys. Now, granted, year 2 was an improvement for sure. But that big jump that we're all comparing Zach Wilson to Josh Allen's jump, that was next year. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to already put the negative on it. He's going to more excuses for Zach Wilson, all that sort of stuff. So I think we should try to put out more positivity and support for our Jets. You never know, dude. Like, think about a guy like maybe Denzel Mims. He's questioning. He's having that struggle. We all go through it at some point in our life. He's having that struggle. I'm not good enough. They don't like me. And then fans are telling him he sucks and he should fucking be cut and all this kind of stuff. That can have an impact. Maybe he doesn't respond to it, but he sees it. Maybe not every comment, but you see it. Shit, I even see it. I'm not a football player. And it's like, they see this stuff. How about if they saw 9 out of 10 comments were support? Don't you think that would impact these guys? The fans believe in me, man. I'm doing it for them. I don't care what anybody in the media says. My fans got my back. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Salty Nuts is talking about Gastineau hitting Kenny Anderson. Oh, my God. I don't know how Anderson ever got up. Let me see if I'm not really familiar with that. Gastineau. Gastineau, Kenny. There it is. Wait, let me see. Kenny Anderson. Let's see if it's out there. Salty balls. Nope. Mark Gastineau versus George Foreman. You want to see the fight? All right. I thought if we could find that one, I'd show it to you real quick. But yeah, man, positivity. That's the way we should be. That's what we should be shooting for. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for us. Like the comment that I put a little thing out. I put out an Instagram tile and I put it on Twitter that Pat Kerwin said. He just interviewed Joe Douglas, and he said, it's tough to be a Jets fan, and they're proud of it. Like, I never heard it put like that. And it's so right. It is tough to be a Jets fan, man. It's tough to be a Jets fan. We just had arguably the draft with the most potential since the year 2000. And right on the heels of that, we got people coming out saying our season's going to be over before the bye. 1-8 at best, 0-9 is possible. Like that, it's tough to be us, bro. Nobody gives us more than 5 minutes of praise. So it is tough to be us. So I understand, shit, I slide to the negative too. My default setting is negative, man. I have to work on that shit. This is bullshit. That's my famous line. My wife said on my gravestone, assuming she's going to outlive me, of course. She said on my gravestone, it's going to say, this is bullshit. Or that's bullshit. That's my thing. But we can work out of that and start supporting and fucking build our team. Like, fans have an impact. Like, it in the stadium, the energy, the momentum that helps, bring on. Same thing out here. We have more of an ability to impact our players these days. So anyway, so let's go see. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. As you know, this is pretty much a chat-inspired show. I talk about the stuff I bring. Like, I didn't know I was going to talk about big hits and positivity, but there it is. And let's see what you guys want to talk about, and I'll try to get to it. Don't forget, I try to look in the chat as best I can. Jeremy from Jeremy's Chaos Salad channel is out there. He's in the back, kind of making sure that he'll help me see comments and stuff. But if you want to jump the line, you want to make sure your comment is seen. Super chats are the way to do it. They jump the line, and of course, they are appreciated. So that's that. Gator McCluskey checking in says, I'm positive that the Jets will be much better this year. I'm positive of that too. Now, that could end Gator with us being 5 wins. It could. But even with that, I think this is going to be a significantly improved team. If they can't figure out how to seal the deal at the end of a game, they're losing. Okay, we're young, all that stuff. That's not what I want to happen. But even in that scenario, we could be obviously a good team to where the NFL goes, no, these guys, they're on their way. You know what I mean? This team is no joke. They can beat anybody. They just don't. But I think we're going to be improved too, my friend. I really do. Brian Scantleberry, thank you for the super chat. Says players talk to other players. I bet the negative fan base we have affects free agency. I would bet it. I would absolutely. I would not be surprised. Let me say it that way. If they talk to each other like you're saying, they do. A lot of these guys were friends. They've known each other since high school. Some of them. They played a lot of like these guys that grew up in Texas or Virginia or Florida, South Florida. These are football states, man. Youth football is a big deal. High school football is a big deal. They were rivals back then. Then they go to the same school or they're rivals, Ohio State, Michigan. And dude, they know each other. You know what I mean? They know each other and they talk. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets fans had some impact on whether or not a free agent would sign here. Like, don't forget, we have a couple obstacles, a couple strikes against us already. Number one, the taxes are higher here, right? That's number one. Number two, it's cold. So all the warm states, you got that. Now, a lot of players don't give a shit about that, but some do. And then you have the negative media, the media that literally makes up stories. They're dying to find a gotcha story, dying to do it. This is the first regime that it actually looks to me consistently with the players, how they answer questions. This to me looks like the first regime we've had that's actually preparing their players. They know how to answer the questions. They do not bite. They almost never bite. That's incredible. I wouldn't be surprised to learn if they had a whole thing with their players. This is the way you deal with this media. Because I guarantee that had something to do with it. Then you look at the fans. Like, yeah, look how they attacked Mims. Look how they attacked Becton. These are their draft picks. They're only in their second year. And they're attacking them. So, I don't know. Now, how much impact? I don't know. But I think it's definitely a part of it. Brian Scantleberry. Then let's not forget the fact that, and we've sucked for over a decade. Think about if these guys are 20 years old. They're a 20, 21-year-old kid coming out of college. The last time the Jets were good, they were 8, 9. Maybe they weren't even paying attention yet. Their entire lives, the Jets have been the laughingstock of the NFL. So why would they want to come here? We got to be positive, Brian. Mark Riz, a beanbagger, checking in, says, why do you think the Jets content creators are top 5 in creators? Because the beat sucks and Connor Hughes writes blogs on the golf course, bitch ass. Oh, that's great, Mark. That's the truth. Ryan, Matt, myself, we've said it numerous times, and it's the truth. The reason that we are out here. Now, I have some specifics with Phil from Jetnation, kind of giving me a little push out the door and helping me and supporting me and coaching me. There's all that stuff too. But the reason that I'm even entertaining this is because I hated the beat so much. I hated seeing every day. I've read the New York Post and the Daily News and the Daily Record and the Star Ledger. Well, the top 3, the News, the Post, and the Ledger. And then I'd read, all the other ones. But those were the 3. I read those papers, the Jet stuff in them every single day for 15, 20 years. No lie, man. Of course, maybe I miss a day or two here or there, but I read that stuff every single day. I grabbed the Post, I grabbed the news, grabbed the Ledger. That's what I did. And I would always say, why can't they talk about football? When are they going to talk about what defense we're running? What are they going to talk about? How this guy's going to, it's all the drama stuff. It's all beating them up. The Jets suck. I hated it, but I read it every day because it's all we had. Then they put out like Jets Confidential. Remember those? The dedicated magazines just to the Jets. Oh, I ate that shit up because I wanted something different. And they would actually start breaking into it. We know our buddy, he had, what was the name of his thing? I forget, and I feel bad. Anyway, I had him on the one time. I can't believe I can't remember his Jets rag back in the day. But yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, dude, when you look at the content creator world, you go to like find out how many San Francisco 49er content creators there are, or Raiders, or Texans. Dude, there's 1, 2, 3, maybe more, 4. Even the Giants only have 2 or 3. And the Jets, we suck. And we have dozens of Jets content creators out here. Why? It's like Mark is saying, because our beat is garbage. Garbage. And I always love when guys still defend them. They're like, no, this, that. I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's not to say they never get anything, right? Of course they do. But they are garbage as far as what we get to learn about our team. It's terrible. So that's what we're doing here. Somebody said I was the worst journalist that they ever saw last week. So that's funny because I didn't even know I was a journalist. Yay! I'm happy you're thinking that about me because I'm not. Anyway, Gammon Brown. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for stopping by. 49ers fans love head coach Salah. Is he on the hot seat if he has a losing season? Was Zach Wilson the right choice, or do you wish you had drafted a different quarterback? A great question, man, and welcome. I remember you. At least I think it was you. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I love when other teams' fans pop in, man, and are respectful. We can talk football all day, right? When you come in and go, hey, you suck. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But yeah, and number one, I think that Salah's not on the hot seat at all this year. That's my opinion. I think that the ownership here can absolutely see the difference. Now, not that they knew they needed a difference. They had Tannenbaum. They've had Terry Bradway. Don't forget, Woody started with Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells was the GM of this team, the president of the whole team, and the coach when he first got here. So he started with that. Bill Parcells hired Terry Bradway, and who hired Herm Edwards. They had very, very good years with that group, even though Terry Bradway was an absolute joke of a GM. Had a couple good years there, building off the Parcells teams. Then they had Tannenbaum. Then they had Idzik. And they had McCagnon. Now, they don't know what they don't know, right? They're out there. Think about it. They actually hired a consulting firm to help them hire a GM. And then they went and hired 2 GMs to help them hire a GM. And they still couldn't get it right. But now that they see how Joe Douglas is running this place, now that they see Robert Saleh and how he holds himself and how everybody's like respect and hardworking, they can absolutely see the difference. In my opinion, they're not looking to flip this table over and start over. They're not. They know that even if they don't win right away, they know that they have something here. They have guys that are absolutely worth giving the time necessary. Joe Douglas has a 6-year contract, of which he just started year 3. Robert Saleh has a 5-year contract, of which he's just started year 2. So they're locked. They're locked as far as their time frame left. They're locked up pretty much. And don't forget this, the last 2 coaches and GMs before this whole Joe Douglas era, the Johnsons had to pay while they were paying the current coach and GM. I think they're probably tired of that too. Paying 2 coaches and 2 GMs at the same time. So I don't see them on the hot seat at all. Now, next year, like let's say hypothetically we win 6 games this year, 7 games. Looks okay. But there's a lot to be, to be desired. And then the next year they win 4 or 5 again. I could see it then. I could see the coach being on. I don't think there's a single shred of fear for Robert Saleh or Joe Douglas. And Zach Wilson, I think he was the right quarterback to take. Now, I was a fan of the trade back scenarios. You know what I mean? Like I was a fan of like getting that king's ransom like the Dolphins got. They got 3 firsts and a third. I would have moved back to number 10 and taken Justin Fields or taken, Mac Jones, or even got further and took Kyle Trask. I was okay with that. Like, because I wasn't a diehard Zach homer. I wasn't. I liked him very much, but I wasn't like Zach or bust. That said, seeing what he's endured here and how he's done it and the progress that he made last year, completely eliminating turnovers the last 5 weeks of the season, while his entire starting lineup was decimated, he was thrown to our 5th and 6th and 7th wide receivers, our 4th tight end. You know what I mean? So that's what was going on. I think Zach Wilson is going to have a 2nd-year jump, and I'm really happy it's him. I mean, he's got one of the stronger arms in the NFL. He's known for being incredibly accurate. His work ethic is second to none. He put on 6 pounds of muscle, traveled around the country to see his wide receivers in practice. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else we could want. I think he was the right pick. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. It's good to have you here. Wait, let me see. Sauce talking trash, ridiculous. Put a bullseye on his back for every receiver. Diggs will trash him. Pure stupidity. That's why the Jets are the Jets. There he is. See, now, Gummin, this is what I was talking about. This is another guy. This is the other side of that. When I say, yeah, welcome, welcome to people. I don't know. People want to come in and talk shit. Okay. Some people like that. Yeah, Knobcraft says Joe has earned that 6 year. Absolutely, man. Like, I don't think enough Jets fans, or even not even just Jets fans out there, I don't think enough people place enough value and credit on how massive the undertaking was to change this team, to tear it down, to clean it out. Dude, 2 years ago, we were looking at Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson, Jamal Adams. Like that was our foundation. That was our foundation. No offensive line to speak of. We had Quinnen too, so he was in there. We had Ja'Kai Polite. Like, we had nothing. Like, Jamal Adams and Sam Darnold cannot be the pillars of your franchise and expect it to go anywhere. As much as we liked the players, right? We wanted, we were rooting for them, no doubt. But he turned those 2 players into a complete rebuild. And don't forget, he got rid of Chris Herndon, Avery Williams. These are all max guys. Leo Williams, turning these guys into assets. And at the same time, cleaning the dead cap. Did you see the article this week? The Jets have the lowest dead cap in the NFL. When last year we had almost 34 million. The year before we had more than that. Like, that's what we had to do. He ripped up the whole medical staff and did all that stuff. Got rid of leaking scouts. Revamped the whole personnel department. Got rid of the analytics guy. Brought in a whole new analytics team. New trainer. Dude, it's been massive. The whole coaching staff. We had Adam Gase, dude. So I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Now, look, at the end of the day, it's about wins, but I don't think wins were really the indicator of what was going on for the past 2 seasons. I think this year we need to start seeing some wins. This is a year we have the talent to compete. And if Zach Wilson does play well, if Zach Wilson is an average quarterback this year, just average, 3,200 yards kind of a thing, 20 touchdowns, 11 picks, just something. I don't know how average that is, but something like that. I think we're going to be off to the races. That's what I think. That's what I think. All right, let me see what you guys got here. We have a new wide receiver. Yeah, here you go. Right, Adam S. There's no way JD moves on, or Woody moves on from JD. I agree. I think they love Joe Douglas, and they can also see, man, the league respects Joe Douglas. It's not Mike McCagnon. It's just not the same. It's not John Idzik. They had no respect of anybody around the league. Joe Douglas, he's got respect. Twisted checking in. Bean, you brought up a good point. Injuries. I believe they hired a whole new workout coaching staff. What else needs to be done because these injuries are ridiculous? Well, yeah, man, that's the biggest thing in the world, right? I mean, clearly we have talent. Look at the guys just from last year. It's like we're getting Carl Lawson, Mekhi Becton, starting edge, premier left tackle. This is when they went down, is what we're looking at. You know, LaMarcus Joyner. We didn't have him for more than a quarter last year. You know, you have Vinny Curry. Then you got the other injury, you know, the Elijah Moores, the Michael Carters, all that stuff. We're getting those guys back in addition to all the new guys that we got, both in the draft and free agency. Those guys are coming back. Now, if we can stay in, you know, if we can really get a handle on that, it'd be great. Now, what do we say about this new medical staff? Because Twisted, it wasn't just trainers. He did get a new trainer. He got Salah's get back guy. That guy. He was the trainer in San Francisco. I brought him over. He's the guy, Salah's get back coach. But he got rid of our doctors, our nutritionists. He got rid of, which we didn't really, from what I understand, we didn't really have all that robust of a nutrition thing going on. But what he did was he hired 5 doctors total. Dr. DeWeese to be the head, and a new doctor for each department: training, medical, nutrition, rehab. So he has all these doctors leading their departments under Dr. DeWeese, in addition to new nutritionist, new trainer, and all that stuff. So what's happening? How come we had so many injuries? Well, I like to look at it like this, and I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know if this is real, but I think it makes sense and it's logical. I think that we got to give these guys a minute to install their philosophies and really see what's going on. Like, they're talking about having player-specific protocols. I mean, up and down, from what they put in their mouths to how they maintain their strength and flexibility, all the way down to, you know, addressing minor injuries and all. I mean, they're talking about everything. It's not a system that we use. Everything is designed around the player. Now, this is their first offseason. We're in the middle of it. So they had their first season last year. They're just meeting the guys. They're just trying to get things going. Now they have their first offseason where they can, you know, get these guys into their mindsets. And then we'll come into this training camp and see how it goes. See if they're, you know, just like a rookie head coach. Let's see if these guys are starting to follow their protocols, starting to sink in. Maybe it turns around. Maybe it's not even this year. Maybe we see an incremental, you know, increase in production or lack of injuries. Just a nice little uptick in health. And then next year we find out that our team is bottom 5 in injuries. You know, might have to give this some time. Well, it's definitely not going to work when we keep friggin' trading and firing all our players every year or two, right? Okay, so let's see what else we got. Oh, another super chat from Gambra. Hey, thanks again, Gamma Brown. Media news is unfortunately more about entertainment instead of actually reporting. Support your local pod. Have a good night. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's very well said, actually. They want to get you there. That's it. It's entertainment, sure, but it's even more than that. It's just they don't care what it is that they put out. as long as it gets you there, gets your eyes on the screen or your fingers on the keyboard. That's it. They don't care. Like we were talking about it in the last stream, CBS put out a draft grade for the Jets. It was an A. A week later or so, they put out a video. One of the CBS Sports was a C plus. Like, aren't you at least going to be consistent with yourselves? I don't know. I guess you don't have to. I guess every single employee for CBS is their own individual thing. And okay, I get it. I don't know. Just seems like you're all over the place over there. So I don't know. But yeah, thank you, Gammon. It's good to see you. Oh, beat writers don't take advantage of team act. That's what I've been saying. How is it that I have as good of a track record with guessing that they have? Do you realize if I had access to there? Now, number one, I would obviously maintain whatever restrictions and all that kind of shit. But if I knew that they were going to go for Quan Alexander and they didn't want me to, to say anything or whatever, I'm not going to go guessing on other guys. You just don't say anything, right? You don't have to, I don't know. Honestly, they're the ones with the access. That's why we read their shit. You're supposed to be in the building giving us a viewpoint that we don't have. They write an article on a press conference that we all watched. And you can see it. You watch the press conference and then you read their article and it sounds like two different things. Because they have spun it now into whatever narrative they want to push. It's fucking crazy. Sonya's here. Hey, Sonya. It's good to see you. There she is. She says, Jeremy Ruckert is going to open some running life front. Yeah, I agree. Oh, man. I am so excited about this tight end room, guys. I can and running back room. I kind of join them in my brain a little bit. I think they go hand in hand, like what Sonya's saying here. Hey, Sonya, let me ask you. Do you think that Deshaun Watson is going to get suspended? Like, do you think, let's just keep it right to this. Do you think Deshaun Watson will be playing for week 2 against the Jets? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. She's a Browns fan. So let's see what it is that you think about that one. That'd be interesting. Let's see. I'm scanning the chat. Let's see what we got here. I'll go back just a little bit. Jets Forever says Becton is the best tackle in football. It's very possible, dude. It's very possible. I don't think people even remember how great he played his rookie year. He was fantastic, man. That doesn't mean perfect. But when you looked at the way he played, you're like, oh my God, we have a dominating left tackle. He gets an injury, and it's like, because the beat reporters said stupid shit that was debunked, no less. We still buy into. I don't know what it is. That's not to mean that I say anything's guaranteed. Anything can happen, of course, but there's certainly no reason to give up on the guy. He's young, too. He's 22 years old. He's 22 years old. Let's see. Cameron Trammell. What do you think about how crisp all the backs were earlier during drills? I didn't see that, Cameron. I didn't even see that. They look good. I got to say, though, Cameron, I'm really excited about our running back room. Now, hopefully that's what you're talking about. Maybe you were talking about defensive backs. I don't know. But I'm excited about our running backs. And as much as I would have been happy with Nakobe Dean in the second round, I would have been, or Leo Chanel for that matter. I would have been very happy. And the truth is I thought that's what we were going to see. I'm like, they're number one, they're in the second round. It's unlikely that they'll take a running back. When they traded up, I was convinced, okay, well, you're not going to trade up for a running back. But let me tell you, the balls that Joe Douglas and staff have in not only grabbing him, but trading up to get him, it shows you something. It speaks volumes, man. They want to run the ball. They brought in the tight ends. They brought in a very strong run blocking guard to go along with AVT on the inside. They want to run the ball. And Michael Carter's fantastic. He's fantastic. And they upped it and said, we want the best running back prospect this franchise has seen since Curtis Martin. It's not to say we haven't had a couple goodies, right? Loved Chris Ivory. Loved him. Liked Sean Green for a minute. I didn't like Sean Green, couldn't catch. I hated it. Thomas Jones, I liked. Thought that was a great trade. Had him for 2-3 years. He was good. I liked him. But Chris Ivory was my favorite of the bunch. Truly, if that guy could stay healthy, if he could stay healthy and he played for, the 8 to 10 years, his career, he would be up there. And I mean, he was so good. Couldn't stay healthy. That's the rub. Could not stay healthy. So, but dude, the Jets went out there and said, we know we got Michael Carter. We know we got Ty Johnson or LaMichael P. Ryan or Tevin Coleman, whoever it is that they end up keeping. We know we got young backs. We not only want that, we want the best running back prospect this franchise has seen in 20 years. That's what we want. And they did it. And I love it. I love it. I am old school. I still think I come from an era where the running back was the second most important player on the field. And they still are. The downgrading of value with the running back doesn't come from their impact on the game. It comes on their longevity. You don't want to use a first-round pick for a guy who's only going to be here for 3, 4, 5 years at the most. That's what it is. And technically speaking, you can get a good running back in the fourth. They knew that. They could have grabbed Rashad White, who I loved. They could have grabbed Algier. So many, and lots of guys. Damian Pierce, Pierre Strong. They could have grabbed all these guys later if they liked them. I'm sure they did. They said, you know what? We want the best running back in the draft. And I fucking love it. I love it. Running back, the running game. Let's get 3 tight ends on the field and 2 backs and just say, I dare you to try to stop this. We're coming. We are going to blast you in your friggin' face. I love it. Justin Jets, what's up, buddy? He says, any chance Mims gets wide receiver 4? Gotta beat out Braxton. Seems unlikely. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be quite as cut and dry, Justin. Right now, I think I see. What's up, Jeremy? Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I see it. Thank you. Thank you. Jeremy's like fucking bat signaling me in there. Thank you. Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be so cut and dry. I don't think it's necessarily wide receiver 4 or 5. That said, I do think Mims is starting at wide receiver 5. Maybe even wide receiver 6. I think he's going to elevate up the chart rather quickly. Even if he has the same preseason that he had last year. Don't forget, he came off the food poisoning, everything. He had a nice impact in those games. Asked to play gunner, was running full speed down the field on punts. Then he had a couple catches. He had that one catch in particular during the Giants game where it was 3rd and 18 and he dragged 5-6 players, missed all the, broke all the tackles to get the first. If he does that again, I think they're going to have him slotted to at least get some playing time. And see, the thing is, Berrios is a different receiver. He's gadgety, slotty. Mims is big, tall, fast, contested catch guy. Dude, use him on hitch routes. That's all you got to do. Hitch and jump balls. 4 or 5 times a game. That's it. And just slowly build his confidence back up. Get him 40 catches this year, 45 catches, something like that. That's all you need to do. And just make sure this guy is ready for an increased role next year. You can let Corey Davis go if that's what you want to do, or you can just raise him and factor him into the into the offense more. Dude, I think Mims at wide receiver 5 is fine. Fine right now. Him and Berrios, I don't know how much they're competing with each other specifically, but dude, Corey Davis goes down. Mims is there. You know what I mean? He's right in that thing. So I think it's important. I think Mims, I still believe this. I'm with you. He had a bad year last year. I'm with it. But that's the outlier. That's the anomaly. And I think that Denzel Mims has wide receiver 1 talent and capabilities and size and measurables. He's got rare stuff. You work with that. You don't look for a reason to get rid of that. You look for every friggin' way that you can make this work. That's what you do with Denzel Mims. Oh, Jets forever. Man, wide receiver 1. All right, so Sonya responded, I think. That's what Jeremy was bat signaling me for. Wilson's going to be Zach Wilson's go-to guy. It's really going to open up you guys' offense. Yeah, I agree. I think that Garrett Wilson, I don't know if it'll be right out of the gate, but I think that's possible too. She says, honestly, I think Watson will get a 4-game suspension, Sonya said. See? Now, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. If people are saying the whole season, I struggle with that only because the criminal case and the civil case both got thrown out, right? Essentially. Now, I'm not going to lie and say I've been following it with any real vigor, but there's no indictments or anything like that. So how could the NFL then give you a strict, really strict? Now, I think you got to suspend them, but I'm thinking 4 or 6. And I could be way off on this, but either way, Sonya, that puts us right in that pocket. Sonya, another question. In the event Deshaun is suspended for 4 games, who's your quarterback? You think Baker's going to stay and play, or do you think it's going to be Jacoby Brissett? What do you think? I like having Sonya here and Grumman. You know, that's good. Pick some brains out there, you know? That's why, man. Why, you know, look, if you can be respectful, you can know bust balls a little bit. If you can be respectful, like, why not have other fans chatting football with you? That's why I grew up. I had Miami fan best friends, Miami fans, Giants fans, no real Bills fans. I had lots of fucking Dallas fans and Skins, lots. Who else? Giants, yeah. Eagles, sure. Eagles fans. We busted each other's chops daily. It was never hurtful, except for one time where a guy, he wouldn't shut up. And I told him 3 times, I need you to stop. Like, Jets were getting killed, and he just kept running in my face. And I told him, I said, it was like pretty much the last time we spoke too. It's this long, it was 30 years ago. I just told him I had enough, and he kept going. And I told him if he says one more word, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to break his face against the table, because now I've already expressed to you that I am not happy. You are now trying to hurt my feelings. If we're friends, you wouldn't do that. I've given you three chances. And now it's like you're saying, I don't care that you don't feel good. I'm going to keep poking you in the ribs. Okay. Well, if that's what you want to do, here's how I'm going to respond to that. We sat in silence for a little bit. He left, and I haven't really seen him since, maybe a handful of times. Isn't that funny? Other than that, though, shit. Of course we bust other balls. Jets, New York, 102. Thanks for the super chat. He says, Hall and Carter can be an elite combo if Hall turns out to who we think he will be. Most importantly is that we built depth. Very important for us. Right, dude. Dude, New York 102. Think about that. There are 2 ways to look at this. 2 ways to look at it. They're both positive. One is we have a 1-2 punch. We can put them both on the field. You can fake one, flare them out, play action. You can do all kinds of stuff. They're both good in pass protection. They're both good in pass protection. They both have solid hands, dependable hands. And they'll both run the hell out of the ball, right? So you can do all that sort of stuff. You can 1-2 punch them all day long. That's one side. Great. Or you can lean heavily on one guy and look at your backup. Look at your number 2. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Imagine Michael Carter is just your number 2. He's your Bilal Powell. He's your Bilal Powell. And he gets, 10 rushes a game. Shit. Dude, we're doing this right, guys. We're doing this right. Scott Wilson doubling up on you, 102. He says, Bryce Hall plus Michael Carter. Good luck tackling those dudes, especially with our shiny new top 10 O-line shoving dudes into the ground. Oh, Scott, if this O-line can stay healthy, if they could stay healthy and finally have one unit playing together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Start bringing it. Look, we got Max Mitchell on the pipeline, got Ross Pierschbacher on the pipeline, got Nate Herbig on the pipeline. Starting to set this up, man. We still got the Chuma Edogas and the Connor McDermott's out there. You know what I mean? Who's another guard we have? I can't think of anybody else. Oh, wasn't that guy Sinat? Another one? Greg Sinat? They like him. So we're doing it right. Marshall says Corey Davis is a goner next year. I can't help but feel similarly. At the same time, he's a good wide receiver. He had just a tick on under 1,000 yards the year before. He was on pace for 1,000 yards last year. And then, and that's with all the crazy drops and all the stupid stuff. Don't forget, man, Zach Wilson, 2 of Zach Wilson's interceptions were in Corey Davis's hands first. Another one was in Braxton Berrios' hands first. So who knows what the season is if just those 3, right? So I think Corey Davis might do better if they don't put the emphasis on him like he's the number 1. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but sometimes it's just a mindset. But I think Corey Davis can be a very good wide receiver, and he is a good wide receiver. So I think if he just has a solid year, really solid, he gets 800 yards in addition to Moore or Wilson or whoever else getting 1,000 kind of a thing. I think they might just keep him, Marshall. But I can't help but feel similarly. Let's see what Jeremy's talking about. Oh, Aunt Gina, what's up? My Aunt Gina is in the house. Everybody can say hello to Aunt Gina down there in the beach, right? You're on the beach in South Carolina. Isn't that where you are? Something like that. Let's see. Marshall says, if Brissett is the quarterback, does that translate to a definite win? I don't think so. I think we have a good shot to beat Cleveland no matter what. I think Cleveland, as much talent as they have, look, they got to put it together, man. They're all over the place. You know what I mean? They're shuffling. They're moving the chairs so much. I think it would serve Cleveland really well to just settle down. Settle down. Stop shuffling around. They got talent. That's undeniable. You got probably my favorite defensive player, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett. Something's wrong. I think I'm shutting down on you. Myles Garrett. The guy's an absolute beast. Ward. They got lots of guys. How's Greedy Williams doing? I haven't really paid attention to him. I remember when they got him in the second round. Greedy Williams slid to the second round. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? They get him now too? He's a first-round corner all day. But I guess not. I don't know what he's up to. Grammon's back. Or Gammon, sorry. Gammon Brown. Says 49ers fans think Lance will be top 5. Jets fans think Wilson will be top 5. How do you fairly balance expectation with fandom and keep it spread? Right? That only leaves 3 quarterbacks left, Gammon. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Tom Brady? Is it going to be Kyler Murray? Justin Herbert? Who? Burrow? Wilson? Can only be 5. You know what I think it is, Gammon? I don't think people understand what top 5 really means. Honestly, I don't think we put that much thought into it. Top 5 quarterback just means he's good. And I realize that there's only 5 of those. There's only 5 in the top 5. And there are 32 teams. So if Zach Wilson is top 5, that means he's better than what, 27 of them? I don't know. It's a huge leap. And I don't know if Lance, I mean, maybe we're talking about 2 years from now. I like Lance. I thought Lance needed a year to sit anyway. Thought that was smart with Trey Lance. So I don't know. I think the way to keep expectations realistic is to focus on what's real. Like here it is, Game Brand. I'm going to put on my therapist hat for a minute. Okay. Look, guys, my hat is losing it. I've had this hat, I don't know, 30 years, right? 1990, like 1999, I bought this hat. I got my other hat. This one I bought 1998, right? So this one, but it's losing it. I'm sad, dude. I used to take this hat and just crumple it up and stick it in my pocket. This hat is the best. But I'll turn on my therapist hat for a second, Gammon. And I'll say that emotions have no logic, right? Different portion of your brain to access in order to tap into emotions. When you're emotional, you can't reach your logic. Yes, I'm saying this as layman as I can, right? So you can't access both points. So the trick to keeping your expectations in perspective is to use logic. Emotions are going to go one of two ways, right? That's what we see. We're top 5. We're going to kick everybody's ass. Yeah. Or we're the worst in the world. We suck. We should fire everybody, And it's somewhere close to those 2 points. If you have logic, you go, okay, well, we added, this guy, that guy, and the other guy. We got rid of that guy who was just the worst. We also drafted this guy and that guy. They look good too. And here's who's coming back off injury and shit. And you go, okay, well, we had X amount of wins last year. We added, I think realistically, we should have 3 to 5 more wins. And our quarterback is probably going to be middle of the road, which would be a huge improvement from where they were. Like Zach was near the bottom. So if he gets up to 5th, if he jumps up 15 spots and he's 17th, you know what I mean? That is a massive leap. Massive. That's a good expectation. Okay. Why does he have to go from worst all the way to first? Like, is there no, like you're jumping over the whole lake. Here we go. Here we go. Woo. What happens when you try to jump over the whole lake, Gammon? You fall in. You got to start over. You know what I mean? How about we just jump to the first stone in the lake? Then from that stone, we can look around and go, oh, there's another one over here. Boom. And you jump on that one. Then from that vantage point, you see another stone that you couldn't see at the previous 2 stones. Go like that. See what I mean? Right, Phenom? See? Huh. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, in fair and in complete transparency, I am not a doctor. But I played one on TV for many, many years. So, yep. So that's what it is, Gammon. You gotta, and I think on a lot of our ends, like, what gets me? It's not the team so much as the people, like the fans. That's, if I'm not careful, I'm in danger of going to war with people on Twitter or Jetnation or Insta, whatever it is, YouTube. I can go to war over our opinions. When I take the emotions out and I calm the hell down, I go, oh, yeah, I could see your point. That's a good point. But I think no, because of this. And when you take it that way, if you start the conversation with, I hear you, but think about this, it always turns out better. You say that. I hear you. Yeah, I don't know if this is what this Anders. I agree. But I think Chris Ivory was a fantastic running back. Fantastic. It's just couldn't stay healthy for shit. Is that why you were flashing me, Jeremy? Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Jeremy wouldn't let me pass you, yoits. Yo, it's Vin. How much does it cost to fill up your RV? With what? Water? Or you mean like the truck? All right, let me do this. I don't have a motorhome. I have a pull behind trailer. I have a 40-foot trailer. So I fill up a truck that I pull the RV around. That said, when I'm pulling the RV, I get at best 10 miles to the gallon, usually around 8 to 9, usually, especially if I'm, on the east or west and I'm going up hills. If I'm in the center of the country, I do well. Kansas, I can get 11 in Kansas. But so it caught right now, it's where I am in Virginia. Gas just went up last week like 70 cents. It's crazy. So right now, it just caught, I filled up the tank the other day. It was $175. And I was pretty close to empty. $175 for a tank. And when you get, now I'm not hauling, so I can get up to like 18 miles to the gallon. So, but still, you put $175 in, and then you get 18 miles to the gallon, 40 gallons. What is that? 2,000 miles? I don't know. How much is that? Jeremy, you're a math teacher. How much is it? Put it in the chat. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, any way you slice it, it sucks. I'll tell you that, yoits. That's why I'm about to sell this RV. I'm heartbroken over it. I really am. My plan was to keep it. Keep it. To keech. Yeah. So it's tough though. It's tough, man. Filling it. Gas is, I mean, it's at least at minimum a significant part of what ended my road trip. It's not all of it by any means, but it was a factor for sure. Right, Dr. Yankee Doodle. There you go. I know, right? You am basically a doctor. Right, Cameron Bryant, doctor. Let's see. Nathan Colgrove. A lot of us truly believe in Elijah Moore as the number one receiver, and Corey Davis had an uncharacteristic amount of drops, and Braxton Berrios is a solid wide receiver 4 or 5 and an all-pro returner. Yeah. So, and then you look, we added Garrett Wilson to that mix, and if you just look at Denzel Mims' rookie year, if he just brings that guy, it's a whole, dude, it's lethal. Lethal. Well, it's not that the country's going down, Stud City. There's a lot to this. This is a conscious thing. I was just talking to a financial guy last week about this. It's deliberate. It's not because of the people in the White House. It has nothing to do with it. Nothing. No, I don't give a shit which side you're on. They have to do this to avoid 2008. That's what they're doing. It's conscious. The inflation, everything, it's all very deliberate. And in about a year and a half, 2 years, it'll settle back down and go the other way. That's how you keep it healthy. It can't always stay hot. It can't. Now, why? Because it's a stupid system. I think we should just have your dollar is always this valuable, right? A dollar is always a dollar, and bread always costs this much. Wouldn't that be, why the hell we got to move it around so much? Why does $100 today equal $10,000 50 years ago? Why do we got to do that? Stop. I understand. Believe me, I've watched more shit on inflation and the monetary system and capitalism. It's just like, I don't know. It's like daylight savings. Like, okay, I get it. I know why you did it, but can we cut this out already? It's fucking stupid. More people are late for work that day or get into car accidents. I saw a stat not too long ago, and it was like the car accidents nationwide on the daylight. I think it might be it might be savings. I don't know whatever way. But when they change it, the car accident rate is significantly increased. Why? Because everybody's fried. I don't care how much you prepare for it. It's an hour difference. Why do we do this to ourselves? Because 180 years ago, some farmer or whatever it was. It's not even that. It's like, it's just, trying to get daylight, trying to squeeze daylight out of the day because they were waking up. The sun was coming up too early. So you lost most of the daylight, and they needed to because they didn't even have freaking electricity. They didn't even have lights. So then they wanted to use the sun, man. So we don't need to do that anymore. But anyway, that's a whole thing. But it's not necessarily now country going downhill. I don't know, maybe. But I know this whole gas thing, as much as I fucking hate it, it's all deliberate. It's all on purpose. And it's bullshit. I don't want to get too much. I don't want politics. I don't want both sides. I don't want it. I'm just telling you an overarching thing that's going on. And I don't care about your politics. It's like, your politics mean nothing as far as the New York Jets are concerned. Now, my gas, on the other hand, that shit's important to me. Right. Hawk says, I hope Mims does that. I'm just not sure he's going to get the necessary reps. I think he will. I hear you. I've thought about that too. I think, look, let me ask you guys a question. And let's put all of our thoughts and feelings, let's put all of our feelings aside about Denzel Mims. Whatever articles you've read that made you think one thing or whatever you saw that made you think the other thing, put it all aside and let's ask ourselves a very simple question. What's more realistic? Okay? What's more realistic? That a receiver, 6'3", 4'3", who's had an average of 60 or so receptions for 3 years in college, played well in the Senior Bowl. What are you doing? Okay, well, grab it. Come on, go ahead. See this shit? What are you getting? Crackers? Get out of here. Go. That's okay. So that a receiver has catch 60 plus receptions a year. Comes in his rookie year, has an average of 45 yards a game before Sam Darnold stops knowing how to play football with Flacco and everybody else. He gets food poisoning and all that shit, and he has a bad year. No lie, whatever it is, right? What's more realistic, that receiver suddenly sucks and is a bum? Even though he's never had that knock, his work ethic's never been questioned, his mindset's never been questioned, his effort's never been questioned, his intelligence has never been questioned. It's not on his knocks. It's not there. What's more likely? That guy suddenly sucks and is stupid and doesn't care about football, or the rookie head coach and rookie coaching staff mismanaged how to motivate him and get him involved. What's more realistic? Just saying. Now, I know which side of that I reside on. And that's not to say I'm saying Salah sucks. I'm not insinuating anything like that. I'm just saying it's okay for people to make mistakes, learn from them, and fix it. Like maybe Denzel Mims doesn't respond to tough love. It's okay. Doesn't have to. Maybe Denzel Mims learning 3 positions isn't the way to get him involved. Maybe Denzel Mims is a guy that only has 5 routes, or you know what I mean? Like he has 3 or 4 things he does well. You game plan them into the game. You get him, 8 targets a game, 5, 6 receptions kind of a thing. And that's it. It has its impact. It has its place. And you use Elijah Moore over here. And that's what you do. Maybe these guys are still learning. I'm just saying, what's more realistic, right? The only key here with this kind of stuff is that we have to actually learn from our mistakes and not be egocentric, and stay stubborn. Stubborn is the worst. Adam Gase was stubborn. Mike McCagnon was stubborn. So that's the whole thing. Let's see. What's Teen Bean eating? That wasn't Teen Bean. That was Baby Bean. That was Little One. The little tiny one. Oh, cut it out, man. That's ridiculousness. I'll give you one. I don't want to do it. Just cut that out. Don't even say it, whether you're joking or not. All right. It's just too touchy. It's my fault for even getting it that far. Well, let's not do that to each other. No, there's no more excuses for not winning. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with that is that it's not necessarily winning, right? I mean, it is, but it's more about this team progressing, looking like they are a competitive team, not looking dead on the field, actually being able to compete. Now, if they lose a bunch of games, they can't seem to, close it out, and sucks, and it's aggravating, but that's okay. Ultimately, we have to win 7 or so games this year. That's what I think. I would like a lot more. If they win 7, we're going to be in a good spot. Is that it? Okay. Jeremy's awesome. Mims all day from Mr. Show of the Jet Show. There he is. I'm saying, man, I love Denzel Mims. Now, look, if they give him this year, they give him full chance. Work him in, and Mims is dropping passes and stuff all over the place. Not much more you can do for him, right? Try real hard to get a trade for something like that. Take what you can get and you move on. But I don't believe that. I think Denzel Mims is a stud. Like, he's not. I hate the comparison to Stephen Hill, right? People say that all the time. He reminds me of Stephen Hill. Anybody who says that, I'm like, dude, I don't even know to what degree you're paying attention, because the only similarities they have is they are wide receivers drafted in the second round to the New York Jets. That's it. You realize in one college season, Denzel Mims had more receptions and yards than Stephen Hill's entire college career. Entire career fits right into one Denzel Mims season. And that's without even mentioning Denzel Mims' other 2 seasons. Really 3, but 2 more that were, I'll tell you right now. I hate when I can't remember specifics. College. I hate talking and then I'm wrong. Let me just see. Right. So Denzel Mims had his rookie year, 2006 rookie, his freshman year. He had 4 receptions for 24 yards, right? Then he had, in 2017, he had 61 receptions for 1,087 yards, 17.8 yard average with 8 touchdowns. Guys, I need you to stop whatever it is you're doing. Hey, just stop and leave it alone. If it's a spider in your bed, you got to kill it. Okay? Just kill it. Sorry. Go ahead. Go in there. Just go in there. I don't want to hear the arguing anymore. In 2018, Mims had 55 receptions. Now, this was the year that he broke his wrist, right? Or his hand. And he had some issues that year with the broken wrist. He had 55 receptions for 794 yards, a 14.4 yard average with 8 more touchdowns. In 2019, his senior year, he had 66 receptions, 1,020 yards, 15.5 yards with 12 touchdowns. Stephen Hill, I think his best season was like 30 catches, right? That's his best. Stephen Hill was drafted for his measurables. Oops. Denzel Mims was drafted for his measurables and his production. Yeah, Stephen Hill, his best year, he had 28 receptions for 820 yards. The other years, he had 15 receptions for 291, and his first year, he had 6 receptions for 137. Dude, they are completely different scenarios. Completely different. Again, wide receivers drafted in the second round to the New York Jets and some height stuff. They're completely different. Other than that, that's the thing. Now, if you're thinking he's Stephen Hill, it's like we like to compare our players to previous situations. Like, don't take a safety because of Jamal Adams and Calvin Pryor. It's like, don't take what Denzel Mims sucks because Stephen Hill. It's like, I get it. I do. But I don't do that. I don't jive with that. I look at specifics and go, dude, no way. So, and again, we don't know what the hell Denzel Mims is going to say. Here's the base level of how I think. All right, base level. And this is why I get into more arguments with you guys than anything else. I like to wait 3 years to decide if somebody sucks or they're great. We've seen guys come out and be great their rookie year and fizzle after calling them the best in the world. We've seen guys come out and suck and get better as their career goes. We've seen it both ways. I am one who likes to give them their 3 years before I make a decision. And when you're talking about a guy sucking at 22 or 23 years old, 24 even, he sucks. Dude, he's 23 years old. Does he have no time to develop? Why do you think we talk about pipelines and development and all that kind of shit? It's all part of this. It's like we forget that is included in the cycle, and that in order for a team to be good, you don't have to nail your draft picks and they all have to come in and be great from their rookie year. That is completely off base. You want to have players that some can hit early, some hit a little bit later, and some that you have to develop. Some guys will be special teams for 2 years before they make an impact on their offense or defense. Like, again, that's the whole base for me. It's like, let's just give them 3 years. LaMichael Pirine, he fucking sucks. Nobody can even tell me why LaMichael Pirine sucks. They say he's slow. I said, no, he's not. He's actually not slow. There was a whole thing done with him about his in-game speed. He's just as fast as most of the other guys. He's like a 4.4 and change guy. He's not a burner. Nobody can tell me. Very solid college stats, had a decent rookie year. It's like, I don't know, why does he suck? Now, I'm not saying he's great. I just don't say he sucks. And people are like, you're fucking, isn't it? All right. Same thing with like a Becton or anybody. Jabari Zuniga. I like Jabari Zuniga in college. I don't know. He's running out of time, but his thing is injury. See how he does this year. If he can't beat out guys like Bradley and I and Michael Clemens, dude, it's getting hot in there, Zuniga. But I like to wait. After this year, I'll have an idea of what I think about Zuniga. Now, so far, not looking good. I'll tell you that. That's the whole thing. So J.E. Allen, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. Sorry, I kind of talked over it for so long. Hey, Bean, if Drake London was faster, he'd be Denzel Mims. Dude, well, what do you think about that, right? Drake London was the first wide receiver taken in this draft class to the Atlanta Falcons. First, right? That is him, right? I just felt like I fried out. Drake, yeah, it's him. And he is not even, and he doesn't have everything Denzel Mims has. Denzel Mims got the yak. Denzel Mims got the height. Denzel Mims has the hops. He's got the hands. He's got the speed. The knock that our beat is trying to shove down our throat is that he's stupid and doesn't care. And that's fucking bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Now, if he had a bad year, okay, yeah, we can all see that. And then he goes out this offseason and he comes back like the Incredible Hulk. I thought he didn't care. I think so too, Alex. But thank you, J.E. I think, with no vet wide receiver signed, the coaching staff feels good about him this year. Now, to be honest, though, they did try. You know what I mean? They tried. But I think it was more like a lot of people draw conclusions by what they see. Now, when we're looking at situations where we only have so much information, we have to make up other aspects of it, other pieces in order to get to a conclusion. There is no conclusion unless we take a piece that we fabricated and stick it in there and go, that's what happened. Because it's incomplete, right? It's an incomplete scenario. So when you look at the wide receiver trades that the Jets were rumored, we were rumored to be into Amari Cooper. And the Jets, we found out later, Jets fans lost their minds when Cleveland got him. We found out later the Jets were already out. The Jets said no. But that's what we found out later. But our beat doesn't know that shit going in. We find that out through Dallas. Dallas's guys say the Jets pulled out earlier. Is something like they wanted to rework Amari Cooper's contract. He said no, so they left. We weren't in it till the end. Fucking Jets in Cleveland are and they've got him for a sixth. Come on. It's really not accurate, right? And then you look at the Tyreek Hill trade. They were into that one. They had the trade, from what we know, we had the agreed upon capital to get Tyreek Hill. Now, does that mean that we are desperate for a wide receiver? Well, a lot of Jets fans would lead you to believe yes. That's what that means. We were rumored, we were connected to DK Metcalf. Remember how that one came out? The rumor is the Jets were going to call Seattle and offer their 10th overall pick. Seattle knew they were going to offer their 10th overall pick, but it wasn't enough. So they didn't answer the phone or what. It's like, what? Is this real? Jets were gonna, Seattle knew they were gonna, so nothing happened. What? That's how the report came out. I shit you not. I quoted it in one of my videos. I found it, I quoted it, and that's it. So we weren't really connected to DK Metcalf or anything substantial that we know about. It's all rumor. How about A.J. Brown? You know where that one started? Rich Cimini said, keep an eye on A.J. Brown. He was teammates with Elijah Moore in college, and they're still friends. That's all he said. That's it. There was never any more deep connection that was substantiated. None. So I think it's more to do with seeing a potential opportunity to grab a Tyreek Hill or to get an Amari Cooper. Like, think about if they could get Amari Cooper for a 5th round pick and they get him to rework his contract and he costs $16.8 million instead of 20. And now they're like, we love it. They saw that wasn't what they were able to do. And they said, okay, well, good luck. So does it mean that we're desperate for a wide receiver, or does it mean that our guys are looking at potential opportunities? Hey, Jeremy, I can't ban those people for some reason. Do you see them? It's just like it's saying an error. I can't do it. Put them in a timeout, but that's the best I can do right now. I don't know why. It won't let me block them. So I don't know. Can you try? You see the one I'm talking about? Tinder love. Yeah, so Drippy Douglas. Fun name, buddy. Mims has to earn a spot unlike the last 2 years. This should spark something in him. He will at least be our 4th string or he will get cut. Can't see a middle ground. Yeah, I think competition is good. Right, Drippy? I like competition. I think that's the best thing that can happen. Unless you have a guy like a Drew Brees, you know what I mean? Somebody who's, without question, this is your quarterback. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Unless you have those types of guys, no matter no matter the position, everybody should be competing every year. You should know that you have to beat the guy trying to get your job every single year. Sharpens you. You never get lackadaisical. You never start to get into a lull. No, there's a guy waiting behind you like, oh, you're tired today? I'll play. Oh, you're sick? I'll do it, coach. No, I'm not that sick. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it should be from my perspective. Yeah, I know, Mark. I just forgot. I've done it pretty standard. I forgot last week too. I forgot the last two, like last Thursday and Tuesday, and then I forgot today. I'll try to get it in for next week, for this Thursday, because I hate it. Every time I see it, I go, oh shit, I forgot to do it. Let's see. Just blocked it. Okay, okay, awesome. Nice. Oh, because you already did it. That's what you thought. Okay, awesome. What do you guys think? We'll hang out for a few more minutes. You want to see what Jeremy's eating? I'll bring Jeremy on. All right. He's doing such a good job of helping us out. I almost missed 2 chats today, 2 super chats. Almost. He shined the light on me and flashed me and made me look. So he's helping us. Let's say hello to Jets Chaos with Jeremy. What's up, buddy? How you holding up?
What's up? You missed it. I already finished eating. So
What'd you have?
I had my famous, like, I guess, oats, Cheerios, cinnamon flavor. You know, the same one I was eating in that video.
Oh, gross. Okay. You know, that's the thing. Like, you can eat on camera. Like, I finished my tortellinis today on the Talking Jets panel. I had a few left. I ate them. That's fine. You can eat a French fry. You know what I mean? Are you guys with me? You can't eat cereal talking to people. Can't do it. Oh, that's crazy.
The next video, I just took a sip of seltzer. That was my thing. I took for my pause.
Yeah, I know. I'm always drinking. I mean, I consume more fluids, whether it's energy drinks. I always drink one of these during a stream, at least one. I usually have my kids fill it. Like, I probably drink 2 of these during streams most of the time. 2 big, what are these? Liter? You know?
The battle leader, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's important, but I can't believe I don't have to go to the bathroom more than I do. When I'm done with the stream, though, that's the first thing I do, buddy. Kevin Vafadoust checking in. He says, GreenBean, do you think Becton will beat out Fant for the left tackle position? I do. I know people are assuming he's going to right tackle. I don't know. Maybe that is the plan. I don't know, but I haven't seen anything firm. I think Becton is better than Fant. Right? Fant, great. I love having him. I think he's great. I'd love to keep him for 10 years. Great. But he's not Becton, dude. You know, Becton has the potential to be like one of the best in the league. All right, you know, he had an injury. Okay, why are we attacking this guy? He's 22 years old. Even if he did get a little lazy or something, let the coaches motivate him and work through it. You know, we point at that, you know, his earliest training camp. He's getting beat by Carl Lawson. Number 1, that's good. We want an edge rusher to be that good. Number 2, the entire offensive line struggled for the first 6 games of the season. They couldn't get the system down. They couldn't do it. They couldn't pick up stunts. They were all over the place. Why do we single out Becton and say he sucks? Why not McGovern and AVT? AVT was missing blocks all over the place.
Yeah. All they said was what we would want to hear and what we loved last year about this team. They said there would be a competition when he comes back because Fant played well. So naturally, when he comes back, then he has to win the job and earn it. That's what we want.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean, you know what I mean? It could. I don't want to remove the potential that Salah could be saying that. But more than likely, it's just motivational tactic. And he's saying, no, you have to earn your job. Now, it's a motivational tactic, but it's actually true. Just come in. If you earn your job, you get it. Becton is a better prospect player than Fant. And I like Fant. That's not a knock on Fant. It's saying how good Becton really is.
Yeah.
I blocked Dark Soldier? No, where is he? No way. Did you block Dark Soldier by mistake?
It's not impossible when we were like blocking sometimes you know how when you block the spam?
Yeah, hold on. I'll look
Sometimes
right now. Hold on, Soldier, if you're out there. That's definitely not what I want to do.
Oops.
I'll check right now. Let me see. Come on.
You guys oh God. You know where to go?
Yeah, I always have trouble finding it though. I know where it is, but I just for some reason let me see.
Because they got like 1 million Russian sites in there. Like names in that area.
Delete channel. Let me get off this fucking page. Oh my God. That's not the page.
They make it one button. You lose everything.
He's right. Like, yeah, right. It takes 10 things to do anything. But if you delete channels, one click, you're done. Let me see. I'm looking for adults.
That's the worst part of the spam, because every time always happens when we're deleting spam.
Yeah. I know. All right. So that's the worst. I don't see Dark Soldier on my ban list. I don't see him. He's not in there. He's not banned. Dark Soldier's a good. He's part of the crew. We don't want to do that to him.
Definitely not.
Let me make sure here.
Let's see if I can find him here. Like one of his old tweets.
Yeah, I don't see it. So hopefully it's accurate. I mean, I thought I did that to Nathan Colgrove.
Wait, I found him. So I might be able to do it from my phone.
No, here he is. He says he's free.
Yeah.
You were banned?
Maybe it was an accidental timeout or something.
Yeah, maybe we put you in a timeout. Well, hey, know this. It wasn't intentional and we're sorry. However that happened. There he is. Right. He's free. Everybody's psyched, man. Everybody's happy. He's alive. I saw a couple comments I wanted to talk about. Hold on. Where did it go? Where the hell did I don't know if I can find it. I'll do this one. Cameron Trammell says, why would you guys want a second round pick to be cut? I don't fucking get it, man. This dude is still on the rookie deal going into year 3 with a revamp. I know. That's what I'm trying to say, Cameron. That's why I don't understand it. Like, it's one thing if the guy's making $20 million and he's just loafing around like a Tremaine Johnson. You know what I mean? It's like, get this guy off our team. We got a young kid. Something happened last year. Rookie, coaching staff, everything. Who knows what the real issue was? But again, these are not. It's like with Sam Darnold. You know, Jets by Jimmy used to say it all the time. Sam Darnold still struggled. He still looked like his issues were identical to his issues in college. Like, granted, he did make progress from time to time, but it was the same throwing off the back foot. It was the same, it was the same. He looked like the same quarterback. Now that's something you can say, okay, it's year 3. The guy still hasn't fixed these things. Now, in his defense, we didn't even give him a damn coach. So boy, maybe there's that. But at the same time, you can kind of identify Denzel Mims, whatever went on last year was all outside of what he was as a prospect and player. Never had those knocks. So what is it? Let's fix it. Let's identify it, fix it. That's what the coach's job really is. It's not just to make a game plan. It's to figure out how your players learn and teach them. That's what it is.
Frankie explained it really well. Not specifically for Mims, but just in general, what the West Coast scheme or what our scheme is. And it's very possible that Mims never played in a scheme where, like, he may have just played in offenses where he runs a route and that's his job and he runs the route. And now all of a sudden he's playing in a system where, and keep in mind, food poisoning, he was dealing with being sick, right? If you lose 20 pounds from being sick, it's not easy to study a playbook. You're sick.
Yeah, there's that too.
So now all of a sudden he's playing in a scheme where you're not just running a route. You're running a route that depends on where the defender is. So you go to a certain point in the route, and now you have 3 different options of what you're going to do based on the way the defense is aligned. So if you get sick and you're not able and you're not prepared, you can't even play because it'll lead to interceptions because if you're, because Zach is assuming you're going to go one way and you don't know to go that way, you're in trouble. So let's give him a chance. Now he's had a full year to practice this and learn this system. Let's see if he can do it.
Exactly. Right. And look, let's just say that none of that happened. There was no food poisoning. There was no COVID. Can he still not have a year where he struggles? You know what I mean? Like, can't we, right? Oh, that's it. That's it. That's all we give him. Nope, you're out. Like, holy shit. If that ever happened to any of us at our jobs, and we just got here, it's the first month, you're trying, and they go, you suck, get out. Like, what? Why are you doing that? Mark Riz says, NFL 5th man of the year, Denzel Mims. I like that. Mark Reed, GreenBean, is this the best roster since 2010? Well, look, I think that 2015, that was a studly roster, but it was a studly roster mainly with people on their last leg. Brandon Marshall, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now we know Ryan Fitzpatrick hung around and did his Fitzpatrick thing, but Eric Decker his career was pretty much over after that. He had a little bit, but the injuries. And Chris Ivory, yeah, he went down to Jacksonville. He didn't do anything. They stayed around. He even ended up on Buffalo, I think, Chris Ivory. So, you have Matt Forte. I don't even know if he was there yet. I think he was. Darrelle Revis, the next year, he was fat and lazy, didn't care. Brett Buster Screen, he still hung around. Went to Chicago, got a decent contract. But it's like, largely all the big names, Sheldon Richardson, he was a journeyman after that. That was the end of Sheldon Richardson. I mean, he went to Seattle, then he went to Minnesota, and he went to Cleveland. I don't know where he is now. He might still be on Cleveland for all. I've stopped paying attention. But yeah, I think that was a very, very good team for one moment. That team had one swing with the bat, and they blew it. They were 10-6. They were 10-5, playing a friggin' 2-win team or 3-win team with our old coach, and they 5 interceptions. You know what I mean? Like, they blew it because Ryan Fitzpatrick, in his soul, he's a loser. He's never been to the playoffs, bro. Never. Not once. Neither has Brandon Marshall. They're losers. Now, and I don't mean as like people, right? Clearly they've done very well in their lives and all that. I'm just saying, like, on the football field, they're losers. That's what they know how to do. You lose. You can't take the talent away from these guys. Now, Eric Decker had a little bit more success before coming here, But yeah, man. So it's like, but other than that, Mark, I have to say without question, this might even be, I mean, they're all young, so we don't know yet, but this might even be a better team than 2010. But 2010 was, make no mistake, we were among the best teams in the league. And not only were we among the best teams in the league, when we were playing hard, like we were the fieriest team in the league. The fact that we came out in Pittsburgh for that first half and laid a complete egg on the field is a travesty. They thought the Patriots were the Super Bowl, and they had a serious come down. They didn't realize that they were losing their opportunity until the halftime. They said, holy shit, guys, this is real. We're not going to the Super Bowl. Don't forget, the mayor had Revis Island thing. Oh, that was 2009. But like they were doing the whole Statue of Liberty green in New York, and we're having a party like we made it. They were already enjoying themselves. They were already going out to restaurants, people cheering them. They had already won. So, but the team, dude, they were no joke. That team was studly. Kick your ass, that team. So yeah. Bryce Hall reminds me of Tony Dorsett. Yeah, I'm that old. I remember Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett was 33, right? Wasn't he 33? And I remember seeing like magazines as a little kid, Cowboys. And that was the same time, J.E., you'll remember this, that the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were the biggest thing in the world. Remember that? They were the first big thing like that. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, they were on TV shows. They were on like Dallas,
The Love Boat.
The Love Boat, right? Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. They wouldn't even have names. They were just Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, But yeah, I remember that as a kid. Now, Tony Dorsett, fantastic. But I can't tell you I remember him playing. I do remember Ed Too Tall Jones, though. I remember watching him play. Jets forever. If we had Zach in 2010, we're winning the Super Bowl. Dude, Sanchez was awful. Now, he did have his moments, right? He did. And that guy's effort was undeniable. And he was super smart. They used to say, defenses said all the time, because Sanchez would come to the line, look at your defense and tell his whole team, this is what they're doing. And we're going to run this. And like he knew. Just sucked on top. He just couldn't do it. But yeah, I think if we would have just had like an average game manager quarterback that limited mistakes and was relatively efficient, we win the Super Bowl. But the problem wasn't Sanchez in that game. The problem was coaching. We did not have the team up. And then that drive, remember with the drive, Jets forever, we drove all the way down running the ball, pounded it down their face. They knew it. We knew it. Their fans knew it. We're taking over this game right now. They can't stop us. And they couldn't. We get all the way down to the 2-yard line or whatever it was. And Brian Schottenheimer decides, first and goal, he decides to get cute. He does 3 passing plays. Gets their momentum back. They, the crowd's losing they knew they're just they're good. They're scoring right now. They had nothing. They were sapped. And we gave them their momentum back, gave them their energy back. 4th down. And then we try to run it against this damn Steelers. And they stopped us. That was it. That was the game. That was the moment. Now we got a safety right after that. So we saw an opportunity, but that was it. That was the momentum shift. We drive right there. Our defense comes out, shuts them down, and this game is a wrap. That's coaching, dude. That's the difference. Brian Schottenheimer outcoached himself numerous times. Numerous times. He would always do that. He's getting too cute. It's 3rd and 1, and he's got a fucking double reverse halfback pass. Like, what? Dude, it's 3 feet. Give it to the big guy. Let him run full speed into the and just get it. Get me 3 feet. How about all the videos that would come out? Remember those clips of, it's 3rd and 9 and all the receivers, they have all the receivers running 6-yard routes or 7-yard routes. Ins, no less. Like curls. Where's the logic in that? Get the guy past the line. So if he catches it and falls down, he's first.
Right.
I tell you. Right? Remember that Stud City? That was fucking miserable. I knew it too. When it was 1st and goal, I knew we were getting the touchdown. 2nd and goal, I knew we were going to start running it. Give me 3 running plays. And then 3rd and goal, once we didn't get that, I knew there's no way we're getting it on 4th and down. On 4th, there's none. No way. Not happening. Is Zach an undersized? He's 6'2", though. Zach is 6'2", guys. He just has a cute face. He's just a little button. We think he's small. He's not small. Remember, they had the whole chart of all the quarterbacks that are his size and smaller. That's most of the league.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's small, Zach. Mark. Now, could he be bigger? Sure. He's not Josh Allen. He's not 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", any of those guys. Like Vinny Testaverde, 6'6", I think he was. Right? Yeah. Well, it's not really 6'3". He's 6'2" and like an eighth or something. And it's funny because if you look up Zach Wilson's height, you'll find 6'3", 6'2", 6'2" and 3/8. Like you'll find all kinds of different things. If you go to I forget where that's more official. I like to use NFL. That's like the official numbers that they collect. He's 6'2" and change. So JE checking in. Thank you, JE. Quality at wide receivers, tight ends, offensive lines, running back, and quarterback. 10+ wins. JE, there you go. Dude, JE, let me tell you. If Zach Wilson takes a significant step, not a leap worst to first like Jets Forever swears that we're going to see, which I'm in favor of. I love it. If he just goes from the bottom 30th or whatever he was up to 15th, we're going to win games. That's it. I'm telling you, it boils down to that. And if our coaches can just keep our defense from the 32nd rate, again, if they can go up to halfway, we're there. We're winning games. No doubt in my mind. And I'm excited. I'm not ridiculously, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm getting tired.
Overly optimistic.
Yeah, overly optimistic. Thank you. I'm not overly optimistic, but I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've done. I've enjoyed watching Joe Douglas build this team. I'm not convinced on the coaches. I like them and I have hope. But they're the X factor for me. Joe Douglas stacking the team with the right talent, like the right way, is not even in question for me anymore. And that's not to say I love everything he does. I don't. But as far as the logic and the mindset behind how he's building the team, I understand it. I recognize it. I love it. We don't know if Salah's worth the hill of beans yet on the field. We don't know. They love him, so he's got that going. LaFleur showed he's creative offensively. He's got that going. Remember, first 4 weeks of the season, Jets fans were worried that Ulbricht was going to get hired as a head coach somewhere. That was real. First 4 weeks, Jets fans thought Jeff Ulbricht was doing such a good job that he was going to be poached for a head coaching job. We were worried about that. That's how we do it. Somebody does well, we fucking freak out. Negative. And LaFleur, they wanted to be fired. First quarter of the season. Then LaFleur went up to the booth. And things started to change. He started getting creative. We started seeing, wow, Mike Effin White threw for 400 yards. Josh Johnson threw for 350 yards. And it's okay. Zach came in, looked calmer. So we all like LaFleur's potential. Now we think Jeff. I mean, I get it weekly. Jeff Ulbricht needs to go. Maybe not weekly, but a lot. We're a crazy bunch of people, but it's just like, okay, so I'm not convinced. I like them. I'm hopeful. I think we have a lot of good coaches on this team, but it all boils down to Salah, LaFleur, and Ulbricht and Boyer. But that's who's running the show. If they can show us that they know how to beat the coach on the other side of the field in the brain game, then we have the talent, man. All right, Kyler Murray's 5'8". Yeah, right. Taller, yeah. Zach was taller than Breeze, right, Rob? In that pick, yeah. It's just a funny thing. Zach's face is so cute that we can't imagine that face is 6'2".
It's like somebody ripped the head off of a second grade boy and stuck it on a man's body.
That's what it looks like. You give him a couple years, he'll start growing hair on his face. I don't even know if he can. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Jeff Ulbricht is our biggest question mark. Right, Hawk? I agree. Jets Forever saying Super Bowl in year 2, only Zach Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. Man. I mean, look. I hate that you're so extreme that I have to disagree with you because I want what you're saying to be true.
It's just hard. It's hard to compare him to Mahomes only because the way we're going to run our offense, like numbers wise, it's impossible. I mean, he could take a step and be great his second year and be excellent at what he's doing, but it's not going to be 50 touchdowns because we just don't have the offense. That's not what we're trying to run. We're not trying to run an offense where he's chucking the ball and airing it out, right? He's going to be, right. We're hoping that we're controlling the ball and, running the ball a lot.
But I'll tell you, if you just let guys like Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson, like you protect Zach, you got the tight ends as your fallback. You got a running back there. He's a nice check down. And you let guys like Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson just do what they do. Let them go out there and burn the motherfucker in front of them. He's going to do it. The guy can't stay with him. Elijah Moore can't do it. Yeah. Elijah Moore can burn most cornerbacks in this league. Let him do it. Get the damn ball to him. And then when they start giving him help, throw it to Conklin over here. And you let him barrel down the field like a lumbering Viking. You know what I mean? That's what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about like a great running game and just like real play action passes, because they're dead. Defenses are in a lot of trouble if they have to cover our guys in play action. It's going to be really hard on them.
Dude. Think about this. If you have a 22 out there, so you got Conklin and Uzoma or Uzoma and Rucker, but let's just stick with our two guys, Conklin and Uzoma out there. And you got Michael Carter and Bryce Hall back there. That leaves you with one wide receiver, so you got Elijah Moore out there. And you play action that shit. They have to, like, you get your tight ends to collapse down, to block down. They think you play action it well to Bryce Hall. Michael Carter flares out. They are coming in to that run. They are so spooked, but they have to focus on it. It's a play action. Both Carter and Bryce Hall are out. The tight ends are now out. You got Elijah Moore eating that guy. Dude, the options are unlimited. I mean, obviously they're limited, it's only 5 guys. But it's like what Zach Wilson can do in that scenario. Somebody's going to be open. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we have so much potential. Oh, and by the way, whoever gets the ball, everybody on the field during that play is willing to throw their body into a block. Everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. John says, I got a crush on Zach. Fina. See what they do? See what they do, these fucking guys, Jeremy?
Well, one day Zach will lose his baby teeth and he'll get money under his pillow.
Right. It's not my fault he's baby-faced. But now it's just that happened quick. I said he's a little cute, little button fit, and that's it. That's it. It'll take off. I'll be getting Instagram shit about that tomorrow. I heard you GreenBean, like, he's attracted to Zach Wilson, which I am, so it's okay. Edward Ziff, don't underestimate the will of the players to win. Dude, well said, Edward. That's the underlying thing here. That's where the character stuff comes in that we've been focusing on. We don't have Jamal Adams here. We don't have Tremaine Johnson or Darryl Roberts that when the going gets tough, they crumble and bitch and point fingers. We need more dogs. Like, everybody in the locker room is like, hello. Whether or not they're good or not, you don't do that to your team. You don't do it. Greg Van Roten, no, Zach's got to do this and that. What do you mean fucking Zach? What about you? So it's like those guys, they're not in our building. Everybody here is in love with the game of football, in love with being a teammate. Even Sauce Gardner, when they said to him, what can the Jets expect on the draft stage from you? I want to be the best teammate I can be. Not like some show. He looks like the guy who's going to say all this flamboyant kind of eccentric stuff. Man, I'm the best in the fucking world. And that's what he looks like with the big diamond sauce jar on his sauce bottle. Nope. I want to be the best teammate. Bryce Hall drove back to the draft so he can walk on the stage. Like,
that was great.
Yeah. I saw some comments on Twitter when, I think it was Sauce Gardner, when they drafted him, he walked the wrong way to the draft. Did you see that? Like, to the stage?
Oh, he was going the wrong direction and had to guide him or whatever.
Yeah, well, they were like, hey, you're going the wrong way. Like, he doesn't know. He's never been here before. He's never done this. I saw people on Twitter that were ripping that. Like, I can't believe this is the guy. I'm like, dude.
That's so stupid.
We're looking for it. Well, if you search, you'll find whatever you're looking for.
Yeah. Those people criticize anything.
Yeah. Right. The babyface killer. That's right. Who wants it more? That's the thing too, Lou. Don't forget, Ulbricht, as for a lot of issues that I had with him last year, we cannot overlook the fact that before the season even started, he lost his premier pass rusher, his other vet pass rusher in Vinny Curry. He lost the blue collar edge in Ronald Blair. He lost his starting linebacker. He lost his safety. And then he lost the young linebackers, Sherwood and Nasruddin, week 1. No, Sherwood and Nasruddin came back, and then Sherwood got the Achilles thing. But, dude, the guy, he had to, rebuild the team like a dozen times. So, I mean, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying, we should include that. Like I said, I'm not convinced with Ulbricht either. Don't get me wrong. But, that's a good point, Lou. It's a good point. I know, Hennessy. They had to love that guy because not taking Kayvon. Now, we don't know if Kayvon Thibodeau was ever their guy. We don't know. Clearly, they liked Sauce more than him, right? But the fact that they took Sauce Gardner over anyone else in the draft other than Trayvon Walker, Derek Stingley, and Aiden Hutchinson, they took Sauce. That was their guy. That speaks volumes, man. They love him. You know what I mean? It's that simple. I'm still surprised they did it.
It was shocking. I was. I mean, but as soon as he became a Jet, as shocked as I was, it didn't matter because I knew in my head we're getting a superstar.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I tried to make that point abundantly clear throughout the whole offseason. Not that anybody heard me because they don't think like that. A lot of people, they think, no, he hates him. I did not want to draft Sauce Gardner, not because I don't think Sauce Gardner is great. It's because I wanted the assets to go elsewhere. That said, I've been saying since the beginning of the offseason, your first pick needs to be defense, man. Your top 5 pick needs to be on defense because that's where the strength of the draft is. And I could even justify using number 10 on defense. And that's what we saw. Not 10, of course.
Well,
Did I just fucking block somebody else? It moved the second I hit block. Hold on. God. No, it did it again, dude. What the? It keeps moving the second I hit block.
Shoot. Let me get on my
I hope
phone.
I didn't block anybody. Let me know. Hey, if you're blocked, text me. Let me know in the chat.
Let me see if I can get it. There's a super chat, by the way. Oh, you got him.
Oh, I didn't see. Did I got it already?
You got all the
Oh no, there's another one. Jet Show. I'll get you in a second, Mr. Show.
Yeah.
Jeffrey R says, so guys, why hasn't Quan Alexander signed somewhere yet? Well, it could be a few things. Number one, everybody could hate him. He could suck, right? There's that. Number two, he could be asking for too much money. Number three, maybe he's got a deal already worked out with the Jets for after June 1st for whatever reason. I don't know. It's interesting though. He got injured, right? So I don't know where he is with that. But I don't know. He could just be asking for too much. Like he wants $3 million and they're saying, dude, we'll give you 1.5. Like that's it. So obviously hypothetical numbers, but who knows? It's interesting though. I would like to see him brought in. I would feel much better. Even if you want to start Sherwood and Nasruddin or whoever, Quincy Williams, I'd like it having Quan Alexander in the house. I would feel better. So, Mr. Show, this is going to end it. After this one, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm getting really tired. Mr. Show from the Jets Show. If you guys haven't checked it out, he's on YouTube as well. Good dude. He also says we also have a pissed off Bryce Hall, right, man? And what that means is you have a motivated Bryce Hall. Somebody in Bryce Hall's house is saying, what? What are you overlooking me? I'm about to show everybody why that's a big, big mistake. And what could that mean? It could mean that when we have dime on the field, we're not throwing extra safeties out there. We're going right to the cornerback pile. We're going Bryce Hall. Or it could mean, Mr. Show, what if they're talking about already, they didn't tell us, what if they're saying the reason we're not drafting a free safety is because Bryce Hall is our free safety. Now, do I think that should happen? I don't know. I think Bryce Hall would probably be upset. Cornerback and safety numbers are very, very different monetarily. But he's on his rookie contract for the next 2 years. So doesn't mean anything to him. So maybe he says, all right, imagine this. So instead of having Bryce Hall on the bench and LaMarcus Joyner on the field or Ashton Davis, maybe they say, you know who we want on the field? We want Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II, Jordan Whitehead, and Bryce Hall. That's who we want out there. That's formidable. Then you got CJ Mosley and Jamie Sherwood. Again, there's lots of question marks. But then in front of them, we have the defensive line with more potential than we've seen here. I mean, you could argue that the Sons of Anarchy guys were good. They were. But Muhammad Wilkerson was always fraudulent to me. I liked him. I'm going to revise history, but I don't know. that they were good, but never really like you knew nobody in the Sons of Anarchy group was going to get you 15 sacks. You knew that. You know what I mean? Never. Just wasn't happening. So anyway, so motivated Bryce Hall. I'm real curious to see what they do this year. We got Pinnock back there. We got LaMarcus Joyner, Ashton Davis, Elijah Reed, Will Parks. Maybe we got Bryce Hall. And if somebody gets hurt or something, Bryce Hall can slide right in the corner. No fuss, no muss. And you put Ashton Davis back. You know what I mean? Layers, man. Layers and options. We could have an elite secondary. So, all right, guys, listen, we're going to wrap this up. I agree, Chris Bradigan. Bryce Hall isn't going anywhere. It's stupid. Why would you want to get rid of him? I mean, if somebody's going to give you a second-round pick for him or something, okay. But it's like, even with that, it's like, why? I have good players. Why am I looking to get rid of them? They're all cheap. I don't have to get rid of anybody.
As soon as you do it, someone's going to get hurt, and then we're sitting there scratching our head looking stupid. Yeah.
Right. And you went from a strength to scraping the scrap heaps for guys to start this week. Stay away from that. Keep your fucking good players. Jets fans are drunk, right, with what they want. All right. Well, Jeremy, thank you. Don't forget you can catch Jeremy on the Jets. Jets Chaos with Jeremy. I'm sorry. It'll take me a minute.
That's cool. I messed everyone up by changing the name.
I'm sorry. Jeffrey said he reported them. Thank you, Jeff.
Cool.
What'd you say, bud?
I said I confused everyone by changing the name. So,
Why don't you just call it
Jets Chaos?
Jets Jeremy or Jeremy Jets?
Maybe.
It's easy. Anyway, we'll talk
I can get myself killed by somebody and call it Jets by Jeremy.
There you go. Jets by Jeremy. You could do that. Well,
somebody would come after me.
Yeah, maybe. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, don't forget about the Thursday Thick of It this week, Thursday night, 8 p.m. on this very channel. If you haven't, I haven't asked you once, but if you could, before you leave, hit that thumbs up button for me. It means the world. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. It's greatly appreciated, and it helps. And not for nothing, you get reminded when I'm live and all that kind of stuff, too. Why not? Why not subscribe? It takes a click, one little click, and it's over. So I would appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe. If you're looking for more exclusive content from GreenBean, truly, you can join the Beanbaggers. The link is in the top of the description. And we have a good time in there, man. We had a great time last week watching the 2009 playoff victory over the Chargers. There was a good 16, 18 of us in there, 20, something like that. It was fantastic. What a good time. Great group of guys. We're talking all week. We're hanging, and it's good stuff. You get exclusive content, early access to stuff. Tier 3 gets to be a guest on one of the shows. They get a free t-shirt after a certain amount of time. All kinds of fun stuff. All you got to do is click the Beanbagger link, the Patreon link in the top of the description. And guys, don't forget about the Gas app that I have in there. Gas is still going up out there. You guys, if you click on the link and type in my promo code, again, I'm not getting paid by them or anything. It saves money. You get money back on gas. Currently, I have like $120 in my account, and I've been using it for like 3 or 4 years. It helps, man. When I want to cash out, I cash out. They give you like 100 options on how to get it. Amazon card, fucking Olive Garden card, Visa card. You can just do it that way. You say, give me my card, and it comes in your email. You got it. It's just like that. Now, right now, for the next couple days, if you do it, you click on the link and do that, they happen to be giving for Earth Day. They extended it. You get an additional $4.22 off of your first tank that you fill up while using the app. So they immediately take $4 off, and you get 15 cents off in addition to what the gas station is giving you, 5, 10, 15 cents all off on your first gallon. Dude, I've had moments where I was getting 95 cents off a gallon. 95 cents. So if it's $5, all of a sudden I'm 405. Remember those days? So anyway, that's in there for you too. It's just a public service from me to you. We both benefit, save money on gas, and that's good too. So guys, thank you, Jeremy, for hanging out. And thank you all in the chat. I'm going to play the Brian Thomas hit for you. Don't go anywhere until you see all this stuff. But have a great night, everybody. I'll see you guys Thursday. Where is it? Here you go. Thanks, guys. Good night.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
We compete today. I see some gas on the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop. You're finished.
Hey, first down. He's a weird kid. Worse than that side.
Chargers. 2nd and 9, and Rivers. Colbert, but what a stick by his own guy. Colbert is the one down on the field, making the catch, and that collision with Ryan Thomas. Injury timeout.